Hey Florian, how are you?
Hey man, I'm all good. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well too. I'm doing well. I loved you in Shang-Chi, but I also loved you in Creed. That's such an awesome movie. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
and so you're obviously like a trained boxer. So how much training did you have to actually undergo to get ready to be Razor Fist in this movie?
Well, um, yeah, there were a lot of differences. There were a couple of differences. First of all, this was not a boxing movie. This was a comic movie. So my fighting style, I had to change my fighting style, especially because I didn't have a forearm, right? And that bothers a lot, everything that comes around with stabilization, distance management, and actually, yeah, using just that one hand. Me, as a boxer coming from an orthodox stance, I'm used to have or use my, I used to use, I'm used to use always my left hand, the jab to actually control the fight. That was not the case this time around because, the focus was on the right hand, the weapon. And other than that, we tried to create a different look if it comes to the physique. Boxers usually, or especially with Creed, I tried to slim down as much as possible to make it look as equal as possible, with Mike. But this time around, we said, okay, this is a super villain, we want Razor Fist to look as big, as massive, as intimidating as possible. So I basically abandoned all the cardio, all the boxing, all the running, and it was just heavy weightlifting. And I was weighing the most so far in my entire career. I was around 255, which was hard also to keep up because my body naturally is used to do all that cardio and then naturally is used to go down with, its weight. So that was not only hard to, it was not only hard to gain the weight, but also to maintain the weight. We had the Corona break in between, so I had to, keep all the diet and the workout routine alive. So I'm not losing that weight, I'm not losing that look. But yeah, in the end of the day, we made it, but it was tough. That's all I can say.
And no, he looked awesome. And then so like the big fight scene that we get to meet you is the bus fight, which is an awesome, like really high energy fight. So what was that like to film, and how long was the sort of choreographing? How long did all of that take to shoot, train for, and then actually realize on
Yeah.
screen?
So I think we me and Simu, we came in around 4 weeks to train that specific scene and get used to the choreography, train with the stunt team. Movies are a weird thing. One day you come in and you have one choreography, and the next day you come in and they change the whole
Yeah.
thing. And especially in fighting, if it's in a movie, it's like a dance. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to hit each other. That factor of the unknown goes away, and you actually have to know exactly what happens. And like I said, it's like a dance, and you have to make it work. The two of you have to make it work. So if there are constantly changes, it makes it even more difficult for you.
Yeah.
So that was tough before we went into shooting the scene. So we had like 4 weeks of preparation, and then I would say another 4 weeks till we actually had all the scenes,
Yeah.
in.
Awesome. Well, it came out beautifully. And so like I really
Appreciate it.
appreciate, because you're like really, you're a tall, like intimidating guy, like when you see yourself as Razor Fist, when you see yourself as Drago. But like this movie also lets you kind of stretch some of your comedic muscles, where when you get your car stolen, when you kind of like change sides when the soul suckers are coming out. So what was that like? How fun was that for you to play just like that comedic side of, and show your personality a little more?
I mean, yeah, that was the goal. That was the goal, coming into the project. Especially after Creed 2, I wanted to show more range. And I mean, yeah, if Marvel knocks on your door, hard to say no.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky that Destin was very open-minded. You know, from a creative perspective, what he wants to do with Razor Fist. So I mean, Razor Fist in general, there was a lot more layers actually of that character in that movie. You will see a couple of those things in the bonus material, because you never like, it's always like that, like not all the scenes always, you know, make the final cut.
Yeah.
So there was even more range to the character, but I'm very lucky and very happy how we established the character. And I'm very looking forward to, you know, what's in the future for the character, because I feel like there are a lot more layers to peel off for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you do get to make it out of the movie alive, which is awesome. And then so we see like Xialing has taken control of the 10 rings at the end. So like, where would you? I know you can't say anything about. I'm sure it's still being like, you know, planned, but it's like, where would you like to see your character go? Any characters you'd like to maybe cross paths with or anything?
Oh, that's a tough question. That's a tough question, bro. Like, well, first of all, I think I'm not giving too much away with this, is that I feel like I want I want to show the emotional side of Razor Fist. You know, I feel like there's a lot behind the mask, behind that physique. You know, it's a guy who has a lot of heart, and who has definitely a background story which is interesting to tell. So, you know, I want to go into depth with that, you know, showing that he's more than just a soldier, even though, you know, we see values like loyalty to him. I mean, you know, he sticks till the end with Van Vu until he realizes that, okay, you know, he has no other chance but, you know, joining the other party. So they make it out alive. But, you know, there are a lot of values there. Like, I feel like family is very important to him, and the 10 rings became his family. So it would be interesting to see how he got there, and, you know, what was all the story around that, you know, how he lost the arm. And there's so much more to tell with this character. You know, in the comic books, we have 2 blades, and, you know, a beautiful matchup. And, you know, fans are sending me like stuff over from the comics where Razor Fist actually meets Wolverine, which I think would be a dream matchup. You know, blade against blade. That sounds awesome to me. So I feel like there's a lot of potential.
Awesome, man. I'd love to see that, you and Wolverine. But thank you so much, Florian. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, my man. Take care.